Hey nerds, welcome to my first deck tech extension, or Deckstension for short, and we'll be looking at Skycrag Aggro. In these videos, I'll be reviewing games to help you nerds level up your gameplay, and without further ado, let's get into the action. So on ladder, things aren't open deck lists, so I default to my mulligan strategy of play a 1 into a 2-drop and hit phase very aggressively. And here you see me keep just that. So in my original deck tech about Skycrag Aggro, I mentioned that the mirror matchup is more about managing resources rather than smorking your opponent down. You try to maximize the value of cards and control the board. The following game is taken from my Twitch stream and is a good example of how you should play the mirror matchup. Here, my opponent is thinking about whether to attack or not, but let's weigh each option. Not attacking here leaves the board state as is, which is a viable option early on in the mirror matchup. Attacking with a 2-1 trades with a 1-1, but gets a Warcry trigger. In the attacking instance, you're trading a full card on board for half a card on board, and plus 1/1 worth of stats in deck. Because the mirror matchup is board and resource centric, resources hand specifically, half a card is worth more than the stats in deck, and the opponent should not be attacking here. Now here you see me top deck the best card in the matchup, Auto Tread. Auto Tread is amazing because it turns literally any card into 1 damage that can be used to control the board. And if you pitch enough cards to it, it grows outside of torch range. This means Auto Tread can often 2 or 3 for 1 while being an amazing blocker and attacker. And because Auto Tread is so amazing, I try my best not to put it out on the board until I know it's safe to play. In the following turns, I avoid playing Auto Tread and try to bait out removal with other units instead. Now the opponent messes up here again by attacking. The Milos could have been used to bait removal or control the board, but they elect to use it to push 3 damage and clear my board. Although this attack looks like it's generating value by trading 1 card for 1.5 of my cards, holding back Milos would generate more value in the long run by profitably blocking most units in the matchup. And here again, you see me play out this 3-2 to see if I can bait out Torch before playing Auto Tread. We do end up baiting out removal in the form of Permafrost. It's not what I thought it would be, but I did end up protecting my Auto Tread. And again, I think the opponent is overvaluing the damage here. They pitch a full card to Auto Tread to kill half a card that's on board. Now here you see the opponent do what I was trying not to do the whole time, running out the most important card in the matchup and having it die to removal the following turn. Now you see me make an interesting decision this turn. I'm trying to decide which two to pitch to the Auto Tread. With the current board state and 1/1's past irrelevancy this game, I pitched the Grenadin drone. I choose to keep the Snowcrust Yeti because its Aegis allows for it to pretty much always 1-for-1 in this matchup. And I keep the League Explorer over the 3-2 because you never throw away your waifu. Furthermore, you see me stick to the game plan of controlling the board when I don't attack with the 1/1. I don't need the 1 damage to win the game, I just need to keep control of the board. I choose not to block with the 1/1 here because it pretty much can always save me 3 damage to the face, and with a Warcry unit coming up, it's very likely that I can save even more than 3 damage. In this turn, my opponent dumps their hand and makes a Magma Hound. I do standard blocks that trade up while leaving back my Auto Tread so I can ping down the Hound Master the following turn. Here, you see that the Grenadin I didn't block with earlier not only eats 4 damage instead of 3, but also trades with the 4/1 Magma Hound. Here, I continue the game plan of controlling the board and use 2 cards in my hand to ping down the 2 X1s on the opponent's side of the board. And of course, we keep the League Explorer because we want to stay loyal to our waifu. Speaking of being loyal, if you like the content, be sure to like and subscribe. It shows your loyalty and keeps you updated with everything I do on YouTube. So at this point, we pretty much have solid control of the board. We just need to build the board wide enough and big enough so that we can attack safely without taking damage. So the opponent decimates and plays out their 3-2, and on my turn, I end up drawing the Houndmaster. Now it is pretty tempting to attack in with 3 units, including the 4/1 Magma Hound, but that would leave me open to attack from the opponent because I would only have 1 readied unit available to block, so I don't end up attacking and I pass the turn over. This turn I mess up. Instead of what I did, I should have played the Auto Tread out and made the Hound, so I have 2 blockers instead of 1 on the following turn. My opponent in turn messes up and blocks one of my units when they shouldn't have. Again, the general game plan is to control the board and save as much health as possible while doing so. This last turn pretty much goes against what I said, but it ends up working out anyway. I probably should have waited one more turn before going for attacks though. A bit of a tangent here, but my opponent is playing Pyro Knight in the deck. I personally don't like that card because the extra text on it is meaningless 99% of the time. If you've hit 5 power on this deck, you're probably losing anyway, and the ultimate won't change the outcome. Here is what an actual good attack looks like. I'm pressuring his health enough to make him feel like he's forced to block, while still leaving behind blockers on my own so I don't get killed on the clapback. So on the following turn, you'll see my opponent play a Prowling Amaruk with Quick Draw. Quick Draw here doesn't make that much sense because he's no longer attacking, nor is he on the aggressive. He really should give it Aegis so it doesn't get removed as easily and can be used for blocking. The game is pretty much over from this point because I've seized complete control of the board and I'm creating a Magma Hound every turn. The only way the opponent has an out is if they swiftly drew 2 burn spells, which is pretty unlikely. Here's another good attack that allows me to push damage while staying safe. So basically in the Skycraggro mirror, you're going to want to play for control of the board and value in hand. Hopefully this helps you. If you want more analysis of me playing Skycrag into different matchups and explaining each move I do, go ahead and check out my other videos. How did you guys like the Deckstension format? Please leave your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the comment section down below. And as always, see ya nerds!